What's going on, everybody? Timothy Wills here with T-Dubs Entertainment, and I'm here today to put to bed a silly discussion that was in a Facebook group chat of mine. It's called Death Battle, but it's also been going around on the internet. A lot of people been having this discussion, saying that with all Batman's martial arts that he's learned, let's say if they both were in base form, or I guess if you take transformations out of it, that take power and transformations out of it, that Batman would actually beat Goku in hand-to-hand combat. Now, I'm saying I'm just here to say that this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. It's trying to say that Batman has learned knows more martial arts than Goku, and that Batman has mastered more martial arts than Goku. He has more training, basically. And I'm here to tell you that's a bald-faced lie, guys. That not only is that the worst, that is the worst. That's just ridiculous. Doesn't make any sense. If you take, even if you take Goku's transformations, and let's say he can't fly or use ki, he still one-shots Batman. I'm just sorry. It's just it doesn't make any sense. Why people would think that Batman would even come close to Goku on any level. It doesn't make any sense. There's no amount of prep time that could make even Batman beat Goku on any level. It just doesn't make any sense. Now, like they're saying, he since Batman mastered all the martial arts on Earth, Goku hasn't. Goku hasn't mastered all the martial arts, and Batman. But let me tell y'all something. Let me give y'all a rundown. Yeah, we know Batman's trained all over the world, hand-to-hand combat. He's trained. He learned wrestling. He learned boxing. He has studied. I give you the rundown on their skills anyway. He's in some universes he's trained with the League of Assassins, but a lot of cases he's just trained all over the world. He studied. He studied the magic, how to escape any kind of a trap. So he's learned how to do that. He's learned how to train his mind as a detective. He can use all types of different strategies, and with the help of prep time, he can just about defeat a lot of different opponents. He's beaten Superman, the likes of Superman, the Flash, Cyborg, a lot of other powerful people that have gone toe to toe with gods. He's been able to beat them with amounts of prep time, with certain gadgets, with certain skills, with his brain power. His greatest power is his mind. He's been able to survive for days on end when he fought the Court of the Owls, and when he went against the Court of the Owls in the comics, he went days and days and days without food. He had so much willpower. He was able to. He was buried alive, and he was able to get out of that with his bare hands. He had nothing but his bare hands, but he was able to come out of the. He was buried 6 feet under now, buried alive, and he got out, and he didn't have any food or anything like that for days, and he still managed to come out alive on top. So it shows you the sheer willpower that Batman has. He's well above human peak. Well above human peak, because he could bench press 1,000 pounds. So if he hits you, it hits like a truck, basically. So if you take Batman's powers out and Goku's powers out, Goku still wouldn't be weaker than Batman. He just wouldn't have the ability to transform. I'm gonna see what else he can't do without his powers now. He wouldn't be able to transform to Super Saiyan, obviously. Say if Goku was just human. Take all the transformation out of it. He can't use Ki Blast, no Kamehamehas, no Spirit Bombs, no energy attacks. He can't use that. All he has is hand-to-hand combat. Like I said, say when he fought Android 19, he couldn't use any ki attacks and stuff like that. He has no access to his ki, but he can still fight hand to hand. In his base form, he's still formidable. Guys, I'm just saying, he's still pretty strong in his base form. So this debate has to stop. If you just base it off martial arts, let's see. He trained under he trained under Grandpa Gohan. He trained with Master Roshi. He trained with Master Roshi training alone. Batman, let's just scale it up. Batman couldn't make it through Master Roshi's training. Batman would not survive Master Roshi's training. The training, you might say, he mastered all the martial arts in the world. Batman has, but the type of you have to compare it to the type of martial arts that Goku had to endure. He didn't train enough. He didn't have enough martial arts training. Yes, he does. The martial arts training that Master Roshi had, the martial arts, the wisdom and experience that Master Roshi had, he was the world's greatest martial artist. So Batman may have studied more martial arts, but the type of training that Goku endured, Batman would not survive any of it. If you take all of Batman's training, you have to take all of Goku's training also. You can't just, he didn't study enough martial arts. No, you have to take all of their training and skills and add it up. Now that's why I say you take away Goku's Super Saiyans, you take away his energy blast, he can't fly. You take away his flight. Okay, Goku still stomps. I'm just sorry, he still stomps. His body's just more durable, even without his Saiyan transformations. His body's still more durable. He still has his body. He still has his strength that he gained from Master Roshi's training. He still has the speed and agility he got from Kame. He wouldn't have been Batman would have not been able to do any of this training that Goku has done. Goku as a kid climbed Korin's tower for 3 days. He climbed up a freaking pole for 3 days, for Christ's sake. Batman doesn't even come close to this. Batman can beat him. Batman can do it. No, he can't. I'm sorry. He cannot do this. He chased around Korin on the tower, and Korin when he was trying to get the sacred water, he threw the sacred water off the tower. Goku went all the way down and caught. He threw what was it? No, it was the Dragon Balls or the Sensu Bean. It was something. It was something that he had of Goku's, and he threw it. He threw it off, and Goku went down and climbed back up in record time in less than a day. He climbed all the way back up the tower in less than a day. It took him 3 days to get up there the first time. The second time he did it in less than a day. It wasn't even hours. He just climbed right back up. He was back up. Batman could not do this, guys. Mercenary Tao would stomp Batman, and Goku beat him. General Blue. Batman cannot hold up to these guys. The people in Dragon Ball were astronomically stronger than the humans in freaking Dragon Ball. They're astronomically more stronger than people in Gotham, than anyone in Gotham. I'm just telling you, because Kid Goku would beat Joker. I'm just saying. A lot of the people that Batman has had to face, Goku could have beat him as a kid. He has beaten people similar to the villains of Batman as a child. This is just Kid Goku. I haven't even gotten halfway through his training yet. He trained with Korin, and then he beat Mercenary Tao, who Batman would have lost against. I'm just sorry. Some of the world's greatest martial artists, Goku one-shot as a child. Because they had a world martial arts tournament, he fought against the world's greatest martial artists, King Choppa, people like that. They had world-renowned names. They were well known for knowing all these different martial arts. Goku one-shot them as a kid. He one-shot them. People like Batman, he one-shot him as a kid. Before he even knew how to fly. Before he even knew Super Saiyan. And this is just through sheer martial arts training, because he wasn't always that fast. He gained his speed with Master Roshi, hauling around boulders and stuff like that, and training with all that weight training. He had to haul around those rocks and boulders. He had the turtle shells and stuff on his back. He was weighted down during his training, that's where he got a lot of his speed from. He wasn't always that fast. He got his speed from Master Roshi's training. It's not a superpower of his. At this point, it wasn't a superpower. It was through sheer training, putting his body through training. So it's still Batman still loses. I don't understand this. You have what's the name? After that, he drunk some more actual sacred water to give himself another power boost. So we can't really count that because that's a super power. Batman couldn't survive that either. A lot of these things Batman could not survive. Training under Kame, Batman couldn't survive it. Under Mr. Popo, Batman wouldn't have even come close to being able to endure this training. So we can't just sit here and say that he's doing it. Then he was in the hyperbolic time chamber as a kid. He probably survived like a month. But Batman wouldn't have survived a day in there, guys. I'm just saying the type of training that Batman had to go under. Batman studied all the martial arts on Earth. No, Batman has been trained by gods. He was trained by gods, guys. He was trained. Batman wouldn't even come close to Master Roshi. Any of the Batman's teachers were nowhere near Master Roshi. Were nowhere near even Grandpa Gohan. So what makes you think him doing hand-to-hand combat, studying hand-to-hand combat, would make him outmatch Goku? Goku is a martial arts master. He's the master. He's the master on his world. You see what I'm saying? Batman is the master on his world. He studied all the martial arts on Earth. But I'm just saying, it just doesn't come close. The kind of training that Goku had to endure, it can't. So you have to use all their training. Not only he trained under Kame, he trained under King Kai. He learned the Kaioken and the Spirit Bomb. We're not going to use that. We're not going to use the Spirit Bomb. He had gravity training on King Kai's planet. The training that he did on King Kai's planet, Batman could not hold up. 10 times planet Earth's gravity. Batman would have been a pancake. He would not have survived even the hyperbolic time chamber. Even the gravity training on the spaceship, he would have not survived. But without Goku's powers, without his Zen boost, Goku wouldn't have survived it either. But so we're just gonna take because after that, let's see, he's still an Ultra Instinct. That's not even a superpower. We're not even getting into Ultra Instinct and the training he had endured in Otherworld when he died against Cell. After he died with Cell, the training he did in Otherworld alone trumps Batman's training. The training he did under King Kai trumps Batman's training. Like I said in the other video, his training was over 2,000 years worth of training. Batman may have had 15 years of training. He trained since he was a child up until adulthood. He's still training a little bit, but it doesn't even compare to King Kai's training. It doesn't even compare. The kind of training that Goku had from because he trained earlier. He had already studied some martial arts on the Grandpa Gohan. By the first episode of Dragon Ball, he had already had some martial arts training. So he had been already training. And Goku has way more training than Batman. Way more training. Grandpa Gohan, Master Roshi, Muten Roshi. He has several masters. King Kai, Korin, Kame, Mr. Popo. Let's see. He had masters when he came in contact with other people in Otherworld. He trained on Yardrat. He trained and even in Super. I hadn't counted Super yet. Then he trained under Whis. I'm just saying, there's just nothing. There's nothing. There's no comparison to Goku's training. There's just no. Just no comparison. You can't compare this. You can't even say they're on the same level. There's nothing. I'm just saying. I can lay everything out. Batman is just trained with Earth martial artists. Oh no. Even when Goku went back and when he was training with Kame and Popo, he went back in time and trained with Master Roshi's teacher. I forgot his name, but it'll come to me probably after this video. He trained with Master Roshi's teacher. That's where he learned spiritual energy and all this other stuff. So martial arts in Batman's world doesn't even compare to the martial arts in Dragon Ball. So I wish people would just stop I wish they would stop. I wish people would stop. And in Dragon Ball world, everyone has ki. They just have to learn how to manipulate and control it. So even the humans have ki. The spiritual, they just learn how to use their life and their spiritual energy to as a form of attack, like the Kamehameha wave and all those things. The ki energy, pushing people back with their energy, using your spiritual energy like Goku did to push Chi-Chi out of the ring. So it's just not, still nothing. I mean, it's just no, there's no, and that's back then when it was strictly martial arts. Dragon Ball Goku would destroy Batman. I don't care what no one says. He could one-shot Batman. He's one-shot people. Like I said, he's one-shot people with similar training as Batman. He's one-shot them. People have to stop this. People just have to stop this. People are just comic book tards, and they don't understand that some people are just not, can't stand up. Now, as far as him fighting Superman, we'll have that discussion later. You have it depends on which, and because it depends on which version of Superman we use. We can't just use composite Superman, because we had to use composite Goku, because Goku from the Super Dragon Ball Heroes and Xenoverse, there were some Gokus that are freaking ridiculous, that are far more powerful than what we've seen in anime or even the manga. There are some Gokus that are like freaking crazy, especially the one in Xenoverse is insane. He's insanely powerful. It's just it's crazy how powerful he is. But as far as this fight's it's not even close. Even if you cut out Goku's powers, he doesn't have access to his powers. He could still freaking with his speed, his because he doesn't have super speed. He's just fast from his training. His skills are honed from training. He's just that much faster, that much stronger because of the type of training he's had. He has a lot of heavy strength training, his gravity training, his because the heavy training that increased his speed. It's just there's nothing that Batman could do. It's just nothing. Batman be moving in slow motion compared to Goku. Even without all his transformation, you take all that away, Goku still wins. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you say. There's just nothing comparing this. There's just no way Batman would win both of them without powers. Even if you turn Goku into a human, Batman still loses. I'm sorry. Not sorry. Let me know what you think in the comments. It's just not even close. There's no way. Because Batman's training doesn't even measure up to the smallest amount of Goku's training. I'm just sorry about that. It's just not. It's not even measuring up. You name any training that Goku's endured, it's just thousands of times better. It's just thousands of times more intense than any of Batman's training. You can combine all of Batman's training together, and it just wouldn't even compare. Even the Muten Roshi's training, it just doesn't come close. Nowhere. It just doesn't. Because after Muten Roshi's training, he one-shot the world's greatest fighters. The only person he lost to was Muten Roshi. Okay? And even in the second time, the only person he lost to was the rival of the Turtle Hermit. And they were equal. They equated because Ten Shinhan was equal to freaking Muten Roshi. They were fighting and they were dead even. You better go back and watch the fight. They were dead freaking even. Roshi just jumped out of the ring because he wanted to give the second generation a chance. But they were freaking dead even in that fight. Tien could have revved it up and won. But I'm just saying, it was a good fight. You have to go back and watch that. Tien probably wasn't that much stronger than Muten Roshi because the power differences in Dragon Ball weren't that much. So he was relative to Muten Roshi. That's why he beat Goku. I'm just saying, they were still the world's greatest fighter, well above human peak, well above any street level fighter in freaking Batman, freaking Gotham, and all that goes junk. So it's just ridiculous that somebody would compare this. I'm sorry, it just doesn't make sense. Let me know what you think in the comments, though. Tito's Entertainment, signing out.